Hey everyone, it's Tozer here with this week's New Music Review. I'm really excited this week because I get the chance to shine a spotlight on a guy who is, I believe, one of the most talented and yet somehow mysteriously most often overlooked artists in Christian music, Lincoln Brewster. Today, Lincoln is senior worship pastor at Bayside Church in Granite, California, although he was raised in Alaska. He's been playing instruments proficiently, such as the drums and mandolin, since childhood. In fact, he used to perform on cruise ships alongside his mother. Lincoln was first offered a record contract at the age of 19, although he turned it down. A few years later, he became Steve Perry's lead guitarist for a time in the mid-90s, and Lincoln has long been a sought-after session guitarist as well. Suffice it to say, this guy is talented, and it's a little surprising to me that he's never achieved the sort of prominence in the Christian music industry of, say, a Chris Tomlin. Okay, so let's talk a little about Lincoln's 9th studio project with Integrity Music, Oxygen, released in August. The first thing that strikes you about this record, and frankly nearly every Lincoln Brewster CD, is the high-paced energy. Lincoln likes his worship plugged in with a pulsing, driving beat and a lot of rhythm. Often his versions of songs, even ones that have also been recorded by other worship artists, are just plain faster. To see what I mean, listen to Brenton Brown's take on Everlasting God and then put on Lincoln's rendition of Everlasting God. Both versions are good, but Brenton's almost sounds like it's on slow motion by comparison. But I think this tendency of Lincoln's to attack songs aggressively is a calling card of his. It's one of his signatures, and it's also one of the things that makes his brand of worship music feel distinct. Let's just say if you're in Lincoln Brewster's band, you better stay on your toes or you're going to fall behind the beat. The two other things I need to mention about this record and about Lincoln generally are A, his abilities on the guitar, and B, his songwriting. Lincoln thrives in both of these areas, in particular the former, I think. I wouldn't use the word shred to describe the guitar playing of very many worship leaders, but with Lincoln, it fits. Lincoln is one of those guys who could probably play lead guitar for pretty much any band of any musical style and make it sound pretty effortless. Thankfully, he incorporates a fair number of guitar solos into his music. Not to be overshadowed, though, is Lincoln's songwriting ability. He likes to rock, there's no doubt about that, but it's easy to tell that his pop sensibilities are also extremely strong. I think it's this three-way combination of energy, incredible musicianship, and great songs that make up the essence, the core of Lincoln Brewster's appeal. I had a hard time choosing, frankly, a standout track from this album because I like a bunch of them, but I'm going to go with the title song, Oxygen. It's difficult to find much to criticize about Oxygen because it's so enjoyable from start to finish. The only critique that I would offer comes in regards to the slower songs like Sinking Ships and Whole Again. Now don't get me wrong, Lincoln does have the ability fully within his wheelhouse to deliver a killer ballad. He's proven that many times over. But I don't think the slow songs on this album are as strong melodically as the ballads from some of his previous records. I'm thinking in particular of older songs like God You Reign, More Than Amazing, Real Life, and The Power of Your Name. All excellent slow songs from Lincoln's at least somewhat recent back catalog. All in all, though, this is a pretty solid record. Lincoln remains a creative force in Christian music, and it would be a shame if a guy with this much talent was not making records for all of us to enjoy. I'm giving Oxygen 4 out of 5 stars. To hear more of my favorites from Oxygen, join me for CHRI's Top 20 Countdown this Saturday from 3 until 5, and check back right here next week for another New Music Review. Have a great week.